Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs, and I welcome you guys to another MangsCam talk. So I got like 30 PMs on Discord from people telling me that they wanted to hear my opinion on the new information regarding Fire Emblem Warriors. So there's been a lot of talk in the Fire Emblem community right now, a lot of controversy, a lot of people are a little bit annoyed, and people really want to hear my opinion on it. So the news article that I'll be referencing comes from Serenus Forest. It's a really nicely written article, and I'll be posting it down in my video description as I do with all my sources, so you can go check it out for yourself. And I gotta be completely honest, guys, this really isn't my cup of tea. Like, I am a big fan of the main Fire Emblem franchise. The Fire Emblem collabs aren't really my main interests, but since it is Fire Emblem related, and since there will obviously be a lot of hype around this game, you know, if you guys really want to hear my opinions on the news that has been released, well, here you got it. So let's delve into the article, shall we? So the first thing we're going to take a look at are the two main protagonists of the game. We're going to get two original characters. They're not going to be from any of the other Fire Emblem games. They're going to be exclusive to this game. Although I'm sure they're going to show up in Fire Emblem Heroes and maybe get some cipher cards and all that good stuff. So we got two blonde twins. I mean, we all know where they're going to go with this, right? They're called Xion and Leon. I am not sure which is which. I'm guessing Xion is the guy and Leon is the girl. And I gotta be completely honest with you guys, I really do not like their design at all. And that's pretty rich coming from me, who has expressed my love for blondes. I mean, I'm not a big fan of blonde guys, obviously, but I am a really big fan of blonde girls. And I think that both of them look awful. I'm just gonna be honest. There's just something about them that just don't look right. I don't know. I think they would have looked better if they weren't blondes, to be quite honest. I feel like the blonde hair color just looks off on them. There's a specific way you want to draw blondes, and this ain't one of them. Now, maybe it's just me. You guys can tell me what you think in the comment section below if you think they look weird or something, but I am not a big fan of their design at all. So, yeah, the Prince Xion. His description reads, the royal prince of the kingdom of Eitris aspires to be a knight who fights on the front lines rather than a king, and thus encourages his twin sister Leon to inherit the throne. So basically Ephraim right here. And then we got Leon, Xion's older twin sister, so she's actually the big sister, clever and is understanding of her own faults, so she has no desire to inherit the throne. Rather, she encourages Xion to become king. Because neither of them want the throne. I don't think that's how inheritance works, by the way. It's not like, hey, do you want to become king? Nah. Like, I think it's sort of like a bloodline thing. But again, I don't know how this world of Fire Emblem Warriors will work in terms of the rules. But, you know. Okay, so neither of them wants to inherit the throne. Well, that's a fucking great situation for their family right there. I guess they're gonna flip a coin or something. But yeah, from what I'm gathering right here, not a big fan of their design. It seems like Ephraim and Erica in reverse, if you ask me. We'll see how it goes. But so far, I am not a big fan of their design at all. They seem pretty generic and stupid to me. But, you know, I'm open to give it a shot, I guess. We're also going to be having two main characters that everyone will be familiar with. We're going to have Chrom and Marth. They're both going to be present in the main story, and from what I understand, they're going to be interacting with the blonde incest twins. Sorry, that's what I'm going to call them now. It's too hard not to. But from what I understand, they're both going to be present in the game at the same time. Many people might go, oh, but how is that possible? Like, Chrom's basically, you know, Marth's descendant, and Marth's like lived thousands of years before Chrom. Fire Emblem kind of, you know, solved that whole deal with the Outrealm gates and time travel and dimension jumping. You know, once you introduce elements like that into your world, you can pretty much just take whatever character for whatever game you want and just place them where it's convenient. You know, I would like to call it lazy storytelling. I find these elements to be very lazy, but it's a nice opportunity to get characters to interact that have never interacted before. And I guess there is some appeal in that. People do like that, so, you know, I'm not going to bitch too much about it. Chrom and Marth, I mean, interesting choices, I guess, or, well, lack of interesting, actually. I feel like they could have picked far more interesting main characters, but, you know, Marth is sort of like the picture boy of Fire Emblem, you know, with the First Lord and all, and Chrom is undeniably a very popular lord, despite I personally thinking him to be very bland. He is, you know, the Lord of Awakening, which is a very popular game in the fandom, so I understand why they picked him, and it's kind of fun to see them together, considering they're related and all that. Are they both going to be fighting with the Falchion at the same time? Like, I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do. They've already had two Falchions in the same game, so it's not like it's gonna be a new thing. But you know, just funny thought. you know, we're going to talk a little bit more about why they didn't decide on other lords later on when we get to their little comment about too many sword-wielding lords. And trust me, guys, we're going there. We're going there, but we got some other stuff to talk about first. So 2 other minor characters that I don't have any pictures of to show you guys. We got Rios, and his description reads, an original character, prince to the kingdom of Guston. He taught Xion the way of the sword and Leon the academic arts, and as such, he is revered like a big brother. So we got sort of like the big brother Jagan type. And then we also got a queen. Her name is Juana, and her description reads, the ruling queen of kingdom of Altris. Her husband, the king, passed away to the other world. Although she's troubled by Xion and Leon, both unwilling to inherit the throne, she gently watches over them as they grow up. So we got our Emerin / Mikoto character right here. I don't expect much from these minor characters, but you know, we'll see. All right, so let's talk setting and backstory. So this is what it reads. So the war-torn kingdom of Eitris. Okay, so I'm guessing there's been a lot of war here, even though we don't get to hear about it. Basically the description reads, after Xion and Leon's father, the king, died of illness, the kingdom was without a ruler for a long period. But thanks to the aid of the neighboring kingdom of Guston, its people were able to live in harmony. I am pretty sure that's a spelling error. I'm just copy-pasting the article, so it's not me spelling wrong. I'm not sure if it's the article or if it's Serenus Forest, but yeah, they were able to live in harmony. How nice. However, all of this came to an abrupt end after the monsters from another dimensions appeared and took over the kingdom. Okay, so we're gonna have monsters. It's a Warriors game, so we need a mindless enemy to beat up on, and I'm guessing like this is gonna be our Risen / Faceless for this game. You know, I'm guessing we aren't playing this game for the plot. So basically, this is how the game's gonna start. The story begins right as the kingdom is suddenly attacked. Xion and Leon, who have only known peace until now, even though their country is being known as the War-Torn Kingdom, find themselves attacked by monsters and are separated from their mother, Juana. While visiting, Prince Darius from the kingdom of Guston helps Xion and Leon escape the castle by request of their mother. From here, a battle to reclaim their homeland begins. But where will their path lead to? Okay, so calling it right now, their mother's gonna die, obviously, because she's a mom in a Fire Emblem game. So, gotta be honest, this story doesn't sound terribly exciting, but then again, I don't think we'll be playing this game for the story. We need a basic Fire Emblem story, and that's what this game is giving us, from what I'm seeing right here. So let's talk about some details about the game itself. It's going to be fully voice acted, and that is always great. They even said in the article that they were very happy with how well Echoes was done in terms of voice acting. So that's good news. That means we're probably going to get voice acting in future Fire Emblem games, which I am definitely very stoked for. I think it greatly increases the enjoyment you have of the story in general. And we're also going to be seeing familiar mechanics from other Fire Emblem games takes place, such as archers are going to be effective against Pegasus Knights and Flyers in general, stuff like that. And there's going to be a weapon triangle. They're going to incorporate the classic weapon triangle of Fire Emblem with axes beats lances beats swords beats axes. Not sure if they're going to go more in depth with the weapon triangle, if they're going to have like an anime, light dark style anime weapon triangle or anything like that. But we do at least know that they'll be incorporating the classic weapon triangle into the game. And that segues nicely over to the controversy, and this is something that a lot of people have been pissed about. So this is a quote right here, and particularly the subreddit is going pretty crazy over this one. So, most of the playable characters are from Shadow Dragon, Awakening and Fates. They decided against having all the protagonists from each game, since most of them primarily wield swords. As such, it would make the weapon triangle system unbalanced. In response, someone posted this on the subreddit. I thought it was kind of funny. There's a myriad of different lords from the older games that don't wield swords, and there's also lords who don't have swords as their only weapon. For example, Lyn has bows, so, you know, she could have been an archer. But, you know, one thing that I think is very important to note is that they're saying most of the characters. They're not saying all. They're saying most. There was a lot of controversy about this due to translation error. Some people thought it was all characters are going to be from Shadow Dragon Awakening and Fates. So that means that there might still be some hope that we might see some old school characters coming in. I think Hector would have been a perfect character for a game like this. I mean, imagine being Hector swinging around your wolf beal, crushing soldiers. I think people would fucking love that. So don't lose out on hope yet. We might still see some of the more old school characters, but it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense that they would pick their characters from Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates. They are some of the more memorable characters in the series, and when it comes to a game like this, obviously the most popular characters will be selected to cater to the fans, because they want to sell a lot of games, and they're not gonna put freaking Marty and Dagda on the front cover, you know? Sorry, I know a lot of people would love that, but that's not what we're getting. We're getting the more mainstream characters that are really popular, like Camilla, Sander, the rest of the Royals, you know, Crom, Marth, Lucina. That's the kind of characters that we'll be getting. Ike. And that's understandable. I mean, that's how the mainstream popularity thing works, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. I do hope that they'll take a few chances and include a few obscure characters just to cater to a specific part of the audience, but Again, we'll have to see what they end up doing. So, some final details. There will be fully voice-acted support conversations, and you will be able to play both as infantry, cavalry, and flying units. So you'll actually be able to fly around on a Pegasus, which sounds like a lot of fun. For now, there's not really that much more information out. We'll have to wait until E3, which starts on the 13th of June and lasts until the 15th, and we'll be getting a lot of juicy information there. And I'm probably going to make another video once E3 is done with whatever news we get out of that. If we get something other than Fire Emblem Warriors, I'll probably also make a separate video talking about that. So, what are my expectations for this game? I might play it. Yeah, if it looks like a lot of fun, I might very well play it, and maybe it would be fun to branch out and try something that isn't a turn-based strategy game on this channel for once. So if this game looks promising, I'm definitely gonna pick it up, and I think I might let's play a couple of episodes of it, see how my audience reacts to it, and if there's an interest for more. You know, kind of difficult to say right now. We don't really have that much to go by. We just got some screenshots and a short trailer and some news articles. Although the Japanese website did launch recently, I did see that. So yeah, I'm kind of stoked for this. I mean, if anything, we'll get a lot of nice artwork from it, maybe some cool music. It's always interesting and fun whenever a new Fire Emblem project is announced, even if it's not part of the main franchise. So I'm definitely interested. I'll be making more videos about this as we get more information. Let me know what you guys think about Fire Emblem Warriors in the comment section. Do you think that it's gonna be a fun game? Are you gonna try it out? Are you stoked for it? Are you hyped for it? Are you not hyped for it? And if so, why are you not hyped for it? Let me know below. As always, I appreciate all your comments and your likes. They really help out the channel a lot. My name's Mangs. Hope you guys enjoyed this short little MangsCam talks. I almost said MangsCam talks, and I shall see you again very soon. Goodbye.